So, do you think that the Most High can see us? You see everything that we do. So would you be proud of your life?
Yeah.
Is there some things that you're not proud of?
No.
Really?
No.
You got to be the only person I ever met in my life.
I feel I'm not a perfect person, but I feel like I live an honest life.
An honest life?
I do.
Do you know who you are though? Who we are?
I don't know who you guys are.
No, we be us. The people that look just like us is walking around this park right now.
I don't know.
You don't know who we are? And that's part of your life. There's somebody that lied to you about. You know what I'm saying? Because we, as a people, we are actually a nation of people. Or a race, as you would say. But we have a specific name, just like everybody else has a name. These people walking right here, what would you label them to be? Nah, what would they be? I mean, if somebody was describing them, what would you describe them to be? Okay, so called white folks. What would you say about us then? African American. What would you say, sis? Now, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions. What does African American mean?
Look,
I understand.
I promise you, I'm not trying to be rude, but I gotta get to my son. So that's why we just making a wrap around.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little while.
Be a little wild. What you mean?
You said you got some questions to ask.
Nah. Every just general things like when we call ourselves black or African American, what does that mean? If we don't label ourselves these things, what do it mean? Your shirt black, right?
Yeah.
Your shirt black. So what does it mean? So when we calling ourselves African American, don't you think we need to know what it means? You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of our people we don't think about. Because we all accept the labels that are given to us and we run with them without thinking about it. Like tomorrow. Do y'all know what tomorrow is?
Sunday.
That's true. Well, what else do they, what's tomorrow specific? Huh?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Now, do y'all know when that came about? What it actually represents? You celebrate it, right?
I do celebrate.
So why do we do things we have no idea what they mean?
It's tradition, generational things. So
Traditional
it's
who
fine.
though?
I don't know, it's just a tradition.
You see that? Now, when you ask me, do y'all read the Bible? That's another question. You read it, do you know who it's addressed to? Who it's actually written to? Who? Israelite. Have you ever heard that before? So you know something about Israel. All right, that's a good start. And it's an honest answer. You say you're an honest person. It's an honest answer. To be honest, this Bible is our history. And it's written to us, by us, for us. Damn it like that shirt or that brand back in the day, Fubu, for us, by us. You know what I'm saying? This book contains our history, our past, our present, and our future. And it's only written to one nation of people. As the sister said, the nation of Israel. Now I'm gonna ask another question. Sis, since you said that, do you know what the word Israel means? Genesis 32:28. Deuteronomy 76. Bring that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
All right.
For as a prince hast thou power with God.
As a what?
Hast thou power with God.
As a prince. Read that again.
For as a prince.
So he's telling Jacob, our forefathers, that we are royalty. As a prince.
Prince has thou power with God.
We got power with God. Read.
And with men.
And with men.
And has prevailed.
That's what the name Israel means. Israelite. Prince that has power with God and with men and has prevailed. Now think about us as a nation of people. Are we the strongest people? The fastest? The smartest? You don't think so? What about enduring slavery? Did that happen to us? Did that happen to anybody else?
I heard it has. I mean, yeah. Yes and no.
Anybody went into slavery on a slave ship besides our people?
No.
Anybody was able to go through these things and endure it? No. We are the only people who are strong enough to endure the harsh atrocities that continue to happen to us. Right now, as a people, we on the bottom of society. Who else would be able to endure the things that we go through? We are the last hired first fired. We live in the worst conditions. We got the worst education, the worst foods. The relationships in our households are broken. The father's not in our household. We in poverty. We impoverished as a people. We on the bottom right now, but we somehow continue to keep striving, keep thriving in society. And all the other nations outside of our nation continue to want to follow what we do. They follow our trends. When we rap, sing, dance, hop, skip, whatever we do, they want to do it. They want to steal it and be just like it, but they don't want to walk in our shoes. But it's something special about it. As we just found out, Israel means a prince that has power, meaning we royalty. And we got power with God. He chose us. When you read the Bible, it's a chosen people in these books that he's consistently talking to day in and day out. Chapter 1 through Revelation chapter 22.
How do you know that we're the Israelites?
Good question, sis. Good question. That means she listening. You engaged. I'm going to show you something right quick, and I'm going to show you how exactly we know we the Israelites. Deuteronomy 28, even at Deuteronomy 7:6.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
Read that again. Read it loud for him.
For thou art a holy people.
The Lord said we holy. Read.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He said, I chose you to be above everybody. If he chose us to be above everybody, how in the hell we end up below everybody? You know what I'm saying? We don't even know where we come from. A lot of people say we was already here. Some people say we come from Africa. People scattered everywhere. They don't know where we come from. The Lord said, I chose you to be special to me. Holy, separate, different. Read.
It said, the Lord, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people among all people, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number.
He didn't choose us because we were more in number, but what?
Than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Read.
But because the Lord loved you.
Because what?
Because the Lord loved you.
The Lord loved us. When you read in the book of Genesis, you realize where we started at, how we ended up in Egypt, how Moses came to save us, redeem us out of Egypt, out of the hands of another nation, out of captivity. He did these things because the Lord loved us. And when we came through the wilderness, or came out of Egypt, we went across the Red Sea with Moses into the wilderness. And Moses was there. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 44.
I'm gonna have to let y'all go. I appreciate it.
You don't want to hear your history?
No, I can read about that at any time.
But you haven't done it thus far.
I appreciate it. You don't know?
You just told me that you didn't read it.
I'm good though, bro. Thank you.
Hey, get the flyer before you leave in. How about that?
Okay.
Our people don't want to learn who they are. Sister, you want to know. You asked the question, you ain't want to get your answer, sis. Huh? You what? Didn't you want your answer, though? Get your answer, sis. Hey, this is between life and death when you know what's going on. When you don't know who you are, you're going to continue to fall in the same pit holes that your parents fell in, our parents, our ancestors fell in. Don't walk away from the answer that you're looking for. It's right here in front of you. Your own brothers who willing to teach you something. We right here. It ain't your enemy that's trying to teach you nothing. But you walk away from truth and fall in the same holes and ain't going to be taught nothing. The same person leading you away don't want to hear it. She don't want no guidance, even though her life in shambles. The truth is right here in front of you. Come get your answer.
The book of Jeremiah.
That's what's wrong with our people. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 22. For my people is foolish.
For what?
For my people is foolish.
My people is foolish.
They have not known me.
They have not known me. Excuse me. Go ahead.
They are Sodom's children.
They are Sodom's children. What's more important than knowing what you got going on? You was in a hurry to walk away from your brothers who was willing to give you truth and understanding, to walk slowly around a path created by your enemies to keep you walking in circles, just like we did and eat in the wilderness, walking around for years in the wilderness, in circles, with nowhere to go, just following blindly, not knowing what the hell going on. And that's what's wrong with our people till this day. Till this day. Sister want to know, how do we know we the Israelites? How does the Bible prove these things? And then walks off before getting the answer. Because the individual that don't want to hearken to nothing, leading you astray. Leading you astray to do what? Bring it up.
Look at Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Say what?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The sister say that if the Most High was looking down on her life right now, that she would be in good standing. Because she feel like she living an honest life, but she don't even know who she is. How is that honest? You walking around here in pants. You don't know who you are. How are you living an honest life? Whose standard are you living by? You living by the standard of your enemy. So-called white man, Esau, Edom, Idumea, Mount Seir, your enemy. They tell you live in an honest life because what? You tell the truth? The truth of the matter is you don't know who you are or what's going on. Read that again.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou have rejected knowledge.
They reject knowledge. That sister, rather than standing still to give 5 more minutes of her brother, or give 5 more minutes of her time, to learn about who she was and what she's supposed to be doing, she got the hell on. And because of this destruction of our people, we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't.
Because thou have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Because we reject knowledge, the Lord said, I'm going to reject thee. If we ain't being rejected right now, I don't know what rejection is. A lot of our people, we scared to be rejected. They don't want to ask the man out, or the man don't want to ask the woman out. He's scared of rejection. He don't want to step out there and take a risk. He don't want to leap out there on faith because he's scared. Read that again from the top.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Be no priest to me. The Lord said you reject knowledge. I don't understand how our people don't know but don't want the knowledge. Think about this. You don't know who you are. You don't know why you call yourself what you call yourself. But when somebody want to give you the answer, you don't want it. That's crazy as hell to me. Reject. So the Lord said, because you reject my knowledge, because if we was over here talking about a way to get into the club for free, she would have stayed. If you got to stand over here for 10 minutes and listen to everything we got to say, and you get into the club for free, or you get a free cell phone payment for the month, she would have stayed. But because we ain't predicated, or we ain't dealing with the ways of this world, hey, our sisters don't want to hear truth. Our people don't want to hear truth. We are destroyed. Destroyed. Bring it up.
This is the rest of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 40, chapter 4, verse 22. It says, and they are Sodom's children, and they have not known me. They are wise to do evil.
They what?
They are wise to do evil.
Wise to do evil. That don't mean they got wisdom. But they wise, meaning they quick to do evil. Quick to lie to your face, talking about I gotta go get this and get that just to walk around the lake and get exercise. Strolling. Could have been learning something. You could have been walking around the park after you got the lesson, talking about who you are as a people and what y'all gotta do to make change. But you wanna walk around talking about nothing, you know?
They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
They what?
They have
No knowledge.
No knowledge. She don't know how to fix the relationship. She don't know how to make our people great again. How to change the society that we live in. They don't have no knowledge of these things. The only knowledge they have is what Esau, your enemy, is giving you. Now, the crazy thing about this situation is, if our enemy was over here listening, they would sit here and hearken to everything we got to say.
Diligent.
And be asking questions. But our people, hey, destroyed for a lack of knowledge, as if they got something better else to do right now. As if they got something better else to do right now. What you got?
Yeah, 1 Corinthians,
Bring it up.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
For Jews request a sign, and Greeks seek after wisdom.
Oh, man. Read that again, man.
For the Jews
For the Jews, meaning the Israelites, read.
request a sign.
They what?
They request a
We
sign.
had a sign in our hand. Sister didn't even want to request a sign, man. She didn't even want that. And we visual people. We had a sign. Sister ain't even want to visualize. But what?
But the Greeks,
But who?
but the Greeks
Meaning the other nations, they what?
seek after wisdom.
They seek after wisdom. They want to know. They inquisitive as hell. They see you with fringes on. They want to know what it means. Hold on, I'm gonna get to you. They want to know what that means. Why are you wearing it all of a sudden? But our people, they'll look at it and mock it, make jokes. Oh, you got a dashiki on? That's what our folks do. But the other nations, they look and something is up. They didn't used to dress like that. Something is wrong. Something is off. What is that? They read that again from the top.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
And the Greeks seek after wisdom. Is that it?
Come. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Hey, and I remember one time I had passed this Iranian birthday party he had, and the man see my fringes, and he said, I like those fringes, you know what I'm saying? He noticed it, you know what I'm saying? And he like, I think going back to the culture. And he said that, man. It was at one of my East Indian weddings, excuse me. But yeah, he noticed the fringes. I'm like, man, I like your garment on too, man. He had an ancient garment on, looking cool, you know what I'm saying? But however the case, you know what I'm saying? Like they seek out the wisdom. They notice certain things, but our people don't notice. They don't even ask.
Right.
They don't consider.
Bring it out. Bring it out, King.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
A wise man will hear.
What?
A wise man will hear.
A wise man. The Lord said we ain't got no wisdom. We saw his children. We are wise to do evil. That don't mean we got wisdom. But a wise man
Will hear and will increase learning.
You see that? So them sisters, when they came over, one of them wanted to listen, but she was drawn away by the other one who was leading them. Just like a lot of our people are led by the ungodly, and they will mislead you in the wrong direction. The sister wanted to know. She heard about who she was. She wanted to know more answers. She was inquisitive. But the one leading her, claiming to be honest, was misleading her. Read that again from the top.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
And increase in learning, read.
And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Wise counsel. A man of understanding gonna listen to good counsel, godly counsel. And they gonna soak it up. They gonna meditate therein. They gonna add it to their own life on a day-to-day basis. But a fool gonna reject it. That's how we are as a nation of people. That's why we end up in so many foolish situations. Looking so foolish every time you see us. Everything that is around us right now is foolish because we reject knowledge. But we love the ways of this world as if that's gonna help us. Keep reading on that.
Verse 6. To understand a proverb.
To what?
To understand a proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying. So the Lord is saying to understand a proverb, read.
And the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Read.
The fear of the Lord.
The what?
The fear of the Lord.
That's how you're going to be able to understand these things. First, you got to fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord, read.
Is the beginning of knowledge.
Is the beginning of knowledge. If you don't fear the Lord, you ain't got no damn knowledge. Read.
But fools.
But who?
But fools.
Those who reject knowledge, read.
Despise wisdom.
You see that? That's plain as day right there. Those who despise wisdom.
And instruction.
Read it again, that last part.
But fools despise wisdom.
But fools despise wisdom.
And instruction.
And instruction.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father.
This whole Bible is the instruction of the Father. It's our history book, what we supposed to be doing.
And forsake not,
And what?
and forsake not
Forget it not. Read.
the law of thy mother.
The laws of our mother. Read.
For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck.
Because the words that your mother gonna speak, you should be, thus saith the Lord. She's the first teacher. And what she's trying to teach you is the things that we will need in life. She's the first teacher you're nurturing. She's supposed to be giving you the things that you're gonna need to better yourself. Because all parents want you to do what? To do better than they did growing up. They want you to be better, bigger, greater, more powerful. Read.
My son, if sinners entice thee,
If what?
and sinners entice thee,
If sinners, let me get what sin is, see? Let me get what sin is. If sinners what?
if sinners entice thee,
If they entice thee.
consent thou not.
That's a commandment right there. So when you listening to the ungodly and they trying to get you to go off and break the commandments, read the last part again.
Consent thou not.
Consent thou not. That means don't follow what they got going on. Don't listen to them. Don't hearken to them. Because it's ungodly counsel. Bring that out what sin is.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Uh-huh.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So for those who don't know, sin is breaking God's commandments. A lot of our people don't know what his commandments are. Yeah, they say it's only 10, but they don't even keep the 10. One of the main ones, the 10, is saying remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Our people don't know what that is. They don't know what the Sabbath is. So they walk around here blind, dead, the walking dead basically, that's what it is. They walking around here dead with no understanding. Let me get Proverbs 21:16. Proverbs 21:16. So the brother brought out in Proverbs saying, if sinners entice you, we just learned what? That sin is breaking God's commandments. So if sinners, those who don't want to keep the commandments, entice you, persuade you, manipulate you, it said, consent thou not to their counsel. Otherwise, you're going to be just like this. Bring it up.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
The man that wanders is walking around, what?
Out of the way of understanding.
Out of the way of understanding is what?
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That's the walking dead right there. When you don't know who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, you walking around with ungodly counsel embedded in your mind, you are considered a walking dead. And us as a nation of people, because we don't have no knowledge as to who we are the living walking dead, if that make any sense to you. We are yet alive, but we walking in death, in darkness, the walking dead. Bring it out, King. What you had? Go ahead.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
And our people hate that. An individual that's going to actually rebuke them, correct them, give them godly advice, they hate them that rebuketh in the gate, in our own land, in another land. They hate him. Read.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate,
Uh-huh.
and they abhor him,
And they what?
and they abhor him.
For those who don't know, abhor mean to hate, despise. They despise those individuals. Brothers that's trying to teach you and raise you up and bring us back to being a real nation. Read.
And they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
That what?
That speaketh uprightly.
We ain't tearing you down out here. We trying to build our people up. Tell them who they are, how great they are. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to have to holler at y'all. You don't want nobody to tell you that you're great. You want somebody to lie to you when you putting the wig and the weave in your head, tell you look fine. You want somebody to lie to you. You don't even love what you see in the mirror. That's why you got eyelashes. That's why you got weaves and wigs in your head, because you lie to yourself. And that's why our people are destroyed. Lack of knowledge and understanding. Read on.
Let's see. Okay, that's it.
What you had?
Okay, y'all. This is the book of Isaiah 30, verse 8.
Good precept.
Now go, write it before them in a table,
Uh-huh.
and note it in a book,
Read.
that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people.
That this is a what?
A rebellious people.
This is a rebellious people, the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We rebellious as hell. Read.
Lying children.
Say what?
Lying children.
I'm gonna come back around and holler at y'all.
I ain't sure.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
That will not hear the words of the Lord. They got something better to do. The Lord trying to tell you how to save your life. Don't go down that street because you're gonna get jammed up. I ain't got time for that right now. I'm in a rush. To do what? Being wickedness. Read.
Which say to the seers,
Which say to the seers,
see not.
see not, I don't need you trying to tell me where I'm right and where I'm wrong at. I don't need you to see that. But when I asked the sister, hey, if the Most High look down at your life right now, you think he'd be proud of you? Yeah, I think so. Nah, in other words, you saying see not. Read.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Don't tell me what's right. Read.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Let me hear some of that smooth talk, that smoothest butter that you get from your enemy. You don't want rebuke. You don't want real action. You don't want nobody to tell you the truth. You love lies. Living in a society that's built on lies. Read.
Prophesy deceits.
They want deceit. Tell me I look skinny in this dress when I'm actually 400 pounds. Tell me it's making me look right, showing my curves right. Nah, what I should be telling you is get on that fruit and vegetable diet. You know what I'm saying? Lose some of that. Because if time comes, if it hit the fan, you can't even run around the lake to the other side. You can't even swim to the other side. I need to be building you up to make you better rather than lying to you. But they say prophesy deceits. Tell me what I want to hear. That's what's wrong with our people, especially our men. We tell them what they want to hear. And that's where we fall off, and that's why they end up ruling over us. But we try to do what? Compromise and give them what they want instead of building them up and telling them where they're going off so we can be made strong. Read.
Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path.
That's what they telling us. Hey, pack it up, man. Fold this tent up, pick your signs up, pack it up and get the hell out of here. We don't want to hear that. We at the park right now. You got to be oppressed the rest of the week. You know, hey, pack it up. I don't want to hear that. I want to relax right now. This is the one day that my boss man gave me time off. Hey, let me be in peace. I don't want to hear no truth. But if you was in your righteous mindset, you wouldn't be in this captivity right now. You would be at home. But because you reject knowledge, the Lord said he rejecting us. You know?
Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
You see that? They say pack it up, man. The Lord ain't got nothing to do with us. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But y'all, that's your belief. I'm good. They don't want to hear nothing that the Lord got to say. You know? Go ahead, King.
In the book of Hosea, chapter 7, verse 9 through 10, it says, strangers have devoured his strength.
Strangers, the other nations have devoured our strength.
And he knoweth it not.
And we don't even know it. How great and glorious we used to be. How we still are, but they had put that wool over your eyes where you can't even see. You can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy has stripped you of your glory. Read.
Said, yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not.
So even as old men, old women, we still don't know what's going on. After all the foolishness that we done went through in life, all the history that we done seen and read about, movies that your enemy done put together to show you what they did to you. You make it to an old age and you still ain't got a clue. Read.
And the pride of Israel.
And what?
And the pride of Israel.
The pride of Israel. Read.
Testifieth to his face.
Testify to your faith, your pride. The Lord said, don't be prideful. Because pride come destruction. Just like your enemy's gonna get it because they prideful. But because we got pride, because we around them trying to be like them, we got our glory snatched from them. Now we on the bottom trying to be like everybody else. Is there more on that?
And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face,
Mm-hmm.
and they do not return to the Lord their God.
And we do not return to the Lord. Like we always talk about, if it would have been any other nation, especially Esau, he would be telling you to your face he the chosen. That you ain't got no part in this. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Get out my book. You know what I'm saying? Get out my land. Esau would be prophesying and making you feel that wrath. Then you know that you ain't the chosen. We are the chosen, trying to tell our people who they are and what we got to do to come back together, how to build, how to get out of this situation we in right now. They say, I ain't got time for this. I'm getting ready to go over here and take some pictures, eat some abominable food, you know what I'm saying? And go over here and dance and skip and hop for the other nations. I ain't got time to be learning nothing, brother. Who y'all think y'all is? I ain't got time to learn. I'm out here to be wicked as hell. Yeah, something else?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
So then, faith cometh by hearing.
So in order for you to have faith, you got to be hearing something. Something got to be spoken. Words got to be read. That's what we doing out here to our brothers and sisters to help build them up and restore their faith. Read.
And hearing by the word of God.
By the words. Read.
But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. But I say, did not Israel know? First Moses said, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you.
You see that? The Lord said, because you don't want to serve me, you don't want to hearken to my word, you don't want to have no faith, no belief in me, you want to seek your enemy, I'm going to provoke you to jealousy by a foolish nation. A nation that ain't even really a nation, considered to be a nation. I'm going to provoke you to jealousy by putting the base man, the bottom, the weakest, the dumbest man on top of you to rule you. And he going to strip you of everything that you had. Think about that. You the strongest, he make you feel weak. You had everything, he made you poor, impoverished. You know what I'm saying? You had fame and glory, now you a no name. They took your name. They took everything from you. They even took your home. You homeless now. You don't know what the hell is going on. Now you trying to be like them. They don't even have a history. But you trying to be like them. Was there more on that? Or we got it? All right, bring it out, Chris.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Rise up, you women that are in ease. This society that we live in right now has our women at ease. They think they got it good. You in the most destructive state that you have ever been in. They got you out ahead of your man, thinking that you don't need your man. How else will your nation thrive without your men being out front? These other nations have manipulated you to put you out front and the man behind. And you think you good because you can go sip and buy, do whatever you want to do in this society. Destroy your kids, destroy yourself, speak and preach lies, you know what I'm saying, and you think you good right now. You in the most destructive state you have ever been in. Just go back in time when the woman was in order. We as a people had more power, more unity, more strength. But now that everything is out of order, you fighting for the other nations. You fighting for wickedness. You fighting for homosexuality. You fighting for the rights of everybody else. But you ain't fighting for your own people. You know, you don't even fight for your own kids. You fight to keep them oppressed. You know what I'm saying? You fight for EBT. You fight for government assistance, but you don't fight for your man to be raised up. You don't fight for us to come together. You fight for wickedness. You at ease here in this wicked society. Read.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Careless daughters. Now, why would the Lord say these things? because you ain't got a care in the world living here. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. And that's why you by yourself, for the most part. Majority of our sisters are by themselves, raising 3-4 different kids by 3-4 different men, because you living carelessly in this society. No thoughts, no cares in the world. Just trying to get the bag. You don't care what you got to do to get it. You shaping yourself, or you have been shaping in the fashion of Esau. Esau would do whatever for some money. And that's the same thing our sisters doing. They'll whore themselves out, dressed like damn drag queens. You know what I'm saying? Like streetwalkers. They'll sell their own people down the road for a quick buck. Have a child with a man just to get money out of the court system. Securing the bag. Do whatever. Living a careless life in a careless world. You know?
It says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Mm-hmm. You know? Keep going.
Verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled.
See that many days you're going to be troubled here in this society. When you think you got it good, you actually troubled. Read.
Ye careless women,
Mm-hmm.
for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come.
The vintage. Vintage is like the old things that were great. You know what I'm saying? You look back at vintage records. You know what I'm saying? Vintage racing cars. You know what I'm saying? Those things hold value. The Lord said your vintage will what?
Your vintage shall fail.
Shall fail. Everything that was good about you in times past will fail. Because you're living in a careless world where nobody gives a damn about you, where you don't care about yourselves nor your people. The Lord is saying, hearken to my words, you daughters of Zion. Read.
The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and grit sackcloth upon loins.
You
upon
should
your
be in
loins.
mourning right now. That's what the Lord is saying. You should be in mourning right now. You've been stripped of everything that made you great. Everything that made us great, we have been stripped of, and our people don't care. They don't want to make change. They'll continue falling in the same pit holes, bumping their head, getting knocked across the head with a bat, knees on their neck, because they happy being oppressed in this society. Instead of trying to find your way back home, you just want to stay lost. Like that little kid in the Walmart when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't find his parents, so he just walking around the store. Hey, how you doing? Hey. He's lost. Read.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Bring it up.
If my people, which are called by my name,
If my people, which are called by my name, Israel, Yasharallah, read.
shall humble themselves,
Shall what?
shall humble themselves,
Shall humble themselves. Meaning, hey, take the pride out your voice, take the bass out your voice, and realize you're on the bottom right now. How is earth and ashes proud right now? You know what I'm saying? You're on the bottom. You ain't got nothing to be prideful about. You know, if my people shall humble themselves, read.
and pray.
And what?
And pray.
Our people don't even pray no more. They don't know how to. The reason why, they don't even know what it stands for. And pray.
And seek my face,
And seek his face, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, seek his face, seek his goodness, see his glory. Read.
and turn from their wicked ways.
And turn from their wicked ways. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to turn from our wicked ways. Knowing it's killing us. We know it's killing us. We gonna still eat abominable foods though. Somehow that's good eating. Gotta die by something. That's how wicked we are as a nation of people. We gonna continue to eat and do the things we know is killing us. Hell, your enemy telling you, hey, this is your brain on drugs, frying the damn egg, showing you that it's killing you. They gonna sell it to you, but they ain't making you buy it. They got it on the shelf. They got the spirit of Satan on them. They gonna tempt you. They are the tempters. They make it. They provide it. They put it on the shelf. They ain't making you buy it though. But they advertise to you, and you go get the shit. Excuse my language. You know.
Then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins.
So when we do these things and humble ourselves and pray to the Most High, he said, then I will hear you. When you humble yourself, that means you're going to humble yourself back to who you are and come back to keeping these commandments. Therefore, your prayers will be heard. But if you ain't doing those things, you ain't humble down, the Lord ain't dealing with you. You know? Is that it?
Then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins.
And we'll what?
Forgive their sins.
Forgive your sins. And we already brought it out earlier that sin is breaking God's commandments. Read.
And will heal their land.
And will heal our land, heal our people, heal our nation. Do we want true healing, or do we just want what the enemy tell us is healing? Put some neosporin on it or something. Like that's gonna help us. The Lord said we full from the head from the soles of our foot to the head with nothing but putrefying sores. You want some ointment, you want neosporin though. You don't want the Lord to make it disappear. You just want to put something on it. You know what I'm saying? You got a precept, but nah.
It was with another topic.
Okay, bring it out.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 16. For some, when they had heard, did provoke, howbeit not all that came out of Egypt by Moses, but with whom he was grieved 40 years, was it not with them that had sinned and whose carcasses fell in the wilderness?
Read.
And to whom swear he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believeth not? So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief.
Because of unbelief. You don't want to believe in the Most High. You don't want to hear His word. You don't want to believe who you are. You the same wicked individual that was in the wilderness with Moses. Had that man going on where he couldn't go into the promised land. Because he was dealing with wicked individuals that didn't want to hearken to the words of the Lord. Think about that. Same individuals. Same ones causing problem today. They don't want to hearken to the words of the Lord. That's what making us have a difficult situation right now, where it's hard for us to make change. But that's enough of me talking. You know what I'm saying? I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. But next, we're going to pass off to the next mighty speaker, Brother Yakub.